So I'm reading a book and I came across a very interesting story about Alexander the Great and a monk. So one fine day, Alexander was camping somewhere near the borders of the Indian subcontinent after he had conquered one kingdom after another. In some places, he did some strategic alliances with the local leaders and held control. And in other countries, he raided with his army in their territories and won the battle. So one fine day, while he was in his camp with his strategist, making strategies to conquer the subcontinent of India, he saw a very strange man near his camp at a very secluded place, wearing a very simple piece of clothing, sitting and meditating at one place for hours in a lotus position. To Alexander, this man looked like someone who is very lazy. He would see this man sitting at the same place every day meditating. After days of Alexander watching this man, one day he decided to approach this man and asked, "Don't you have anything to do besides sitting and dreaming?" The man sat there unmoved. The Alexander said, "I see you every morning, evening, and afternoon sitting in the same place, and you haven't moved an inch." In his very frustrating voice, he said, "You must be a terrible fellow." This man still did not speak a word. Alexander, this time even more frustrated, asked this man, "Tell me, what is your goal in life?" This time, the man smilingly looks at Alexander and asks the great warrior, "Alexander, tell me, what is your goal in life before I tell you mine?" Outraged, Alexander thundered, "Don't you know who am I? I'm Alexander the Great and I'm out to conquer the world." The man asked, "What will you do after you have conquered the world?" Alexander replied, "I will take all the gold, elephants, and horses in the world, and I will add them to my army to become the strongest warrior in the world." The man asked, "What's next?" Alexander replied, "I will have all men as my slaves." The man asked, "What's next?" Alexander, "I will have all women to serve me." The man asked, "What's next?" Alexander, "Then I will just sit on my throne, relax, and enjoy myself." The man smiled and replied to Alexander, "That is precisely what I am doing, sir." So, what do we understand by this story? One thing common between the monk and the Alexander is they both are great leaders who envision their world in their own consciousness. While Alexander seeks fulfillment in the conquest of the outer world, this monk searches for peace in the inner domain of his world. Which one of these characters do you resonate with? Hit the comment box and let me know. Cheers.